Hey YouTube, what's up? It's Ken with Planet Vlogs, and while I was driving earlier today, my brake light came on, and I get this message across the dash that says check brake fluid level, and that's why we're headed over to AutoZone. I hope you guys enjoy. Okay guys, I'm going to jump on the bandwagon and do this video. 5 things I hate about my 2006 Pontiac Solstice. Actually, hate is a strong word. 5 things I dislike about my Pontiac Solstice. And by the way, vehicle virgins, thank you so much for this idea. Number 1, the interior. Now, if I had to use one word to describe the interior, it'd be boring. Now, the seats are awkwardly shaped, and I think the stitching is just way too visible. If the seats had been made out of black leather, I think it would improve the look of this by a whole lot. And also, the dash. It's made of this cheap gray plastic that I think is just really unimpressive. Now eventually I'll be getting a carbon fiber dash kit, but until then, the interior is just going to have to look, and I'm going to use this word again, boring. However, I have to say the one upside to this dash is it does kind of look like a discount Supra. I mean, look at all the controls, that looks pretty cool. So number 1 thing I dislike about my Solstice is the interior. Okay, so you guys might notice I'm wearing a different shirt now, and that's because I'm running from the police and this is my new disguise. Just kidding guys, I was editing and I accidentally deleted about half the video, so take 2. Number 2, the convertible top. Now what you have to do to get the top down is unlatch the hook, open the glove box, push the trunk button, get out of the car, open the trunk all the way, unhook both sides of the top, push it down into the trunk, close the trunk, and get back into your car. Now, I've had one person tell me that this car looks like a Porsche. Admittedly, it was a dealership guy. However, I do agree with him on the fact that this car looks pretty nice. Now, I do think that it looks nice enough to have an electronically controlled top. Now, if you look at other cars also made in 2006, such as the Nissan 350Z, Audi TT, or Chevy SSR, which, by the way, is a super weird concept. It's a pickup convertible truck. Think about that for a second. But anyways, back on topic. All those cars had electronically controllable tops, and I just wish that's something that this Solstice had. So number 2 thing I dislike about my Pontiac Solstice is the top. Number 3, the size. Now, I get that the Solstice is meant to be a fun little roadster, but I think it might just be a little too little. Now, if you look in the trunk, there's going to be this huge lump right in the middle. You'd think that's where the spare would go, but if you looked under the carpet, you'd find nothing there. Now, that kind of makes it inconvenient if you're trying to get groceries and you can only fit a few bags. And additionally, the cabin space, it isn't really all that spacious in here. Now, because I'm 5'7", I can fit in here just fine. However, I imagine someone just a few inches taller would be complaining about legroom. Furthermore, to adjust the windows, I have to put my hands in this really awkward position, kind of like this. I look like the Grinch. The third thing I dislike about my Solstice is the interior. Number 4, the exhaust. Now, I do have a muffler delete on this car because I thought the stock exhaust just sounded way too boring. Unlike a 350Z or a WRX, those stock exhausts sound pretty nice. But this stock exhaust just sounded like any regular old sedan on the road. So why did I go with a muffler delete instead of a full exhaust system? Well, that's because the Solstice is so uncommon nowadays that you only have one aftermarket option, and that's MagnaFlow. Now, I do think that the MagnaFlow system does sound a little more full, but is it worth the extra $500-600 for such a minute difference? No, I don't think so. And don't get me wrong, I do think that the muffler delete sounds great when you're in second or third and you let off and it pops, or when you're just downshifting and it pops. However, when you're accelerating, especially at high RPMs, it does sound kind of weird. But what else can you expect from a 2.4 liter, 4-cylinder American-made vehicle? Number 5, the horsepower. Now, you guys knew this was coming, but this car makes 177 at the crank, which is about 155 to the rear wheels. If you compare it to a few similar cars, such as a 2006 Mazda Miata, which makes 170 horsepower, but it's 300 pounds lighter, or if you skip ahead a few years to the 2012 Stallion FRS, which makes an even 200 horsepower, but it's 100 pounds lighter, you'll see that the Solstice is really not up to par. Now, I feel like if this car had made maybe 210 or 220 horsepower, the extra 40 or 50 would have made this car a lot more fun and a lot more of a competitor. Now, I feel like it's lacking the horsepower compartment so much that I'm afraid to mod it. I mean, I could throw in a short throw shifter, a colder intake, a ceramic clutch and lightweight flywheel, but in the end, if I'm still sitting at less than 175 to the rear wheels, will that be worth it? I really don't think so. However, in Pontiac's defense, from 2007 to 2009, they did make a turbo version of this car called the GXP. And that thing made 260 horsepower. I feel like if that had been this car, I would be having a lot more fun in it. So number 5 thing I dislike about my Pontiac Solstice is the lack of horsepower. Now, don't get me wrong, I love my car. The Solstice handles great, it looks awesome, and overall it's just a really fun car to drive. But no car is perfect, and the Solstice is no exception. And that's just 5 things I dislike about my Pontiac Solstice. Okay guys, I'm almost finished editing, and I have to say, making this video made me see my car in a new perspective. Instead of just hauling butt around town, I actually had to take the time and reflect on everything that wasn't perfect about my car. And that's gonna be it for this video. However, for my next one, I actually have a fitness vlog planned, so stay tuned. And don't forget to like and hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.